Before we begin, I want to ask you a short and quick question, and I want you to be true to yourself and honest with your answer. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to process your answer. Here's the question. If there is no fire call or fire emergency, what do you think firefighters might be doing? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time's up. I talked to some people that I personally know and asked them the same question. I put their answers in the presentation, and if in case it matched with your answer, you're free to react. Ready? If there's no fire call, anong ginagawa namin? Answer number 1? Well, that's an answer from my best friend. Thank you so much. Answer number 2? Well, that's an answer from my another best friend. Answer number 3? Guess whose answer is that? My wife. The crazy thing is, she's also my best friend. Now, let's take a look at some tragic events in the past that may give you at least a glimpse of what we do in the field as rescuers. Of course, firefighting, number 1. All right? Okay. Evidently, as you can see from the examples, our job does not end with combating fire. In fact, I've never seen and never heard of a firefighter in a fire scene saying, I don't want to do it anymore, or I hate this job. No. We are the only human beings on this planet who dare to enter a burning building while the rest of the people get their phones and go live on Facebook. Don't do that. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem. I'm sorry. I need to think. Here's the problem. I am not just a firefighter. I'm also a dad to my daughter, a spouse to my wife / best friend, a son to my father, and a brother to my colleagues. 2 months after our 4-month training course last year, one of our classmates died in the line of duty, giving the ultimate sacrifice a firefighter can give, his own life. Nobody told us about it. Nobody taught us how to deal with it. A fire scene in 2022 at Pampanga, that was my first encounter with fire. A woman approached me and asked, Sir, saan po kami magsisimula? While watching their house completely devastated and devoured by fire. How about picking a dead body, barehanded, holding a lifeless kid in a drowning incident? The constant exposure to danger, the intense heat and thick smoke, the risk of collapsing structures, and the traumas that we witness each and every time. And the stress that we get that drains our energy. September of 2024, my mother died. Heart attack. 3 months later, January just this year, my father died in an accident that I almost ended up quitting this talk. I'm literally holding my phone at the time to call Sir Cho and Sir Jello and to tell them, Sir, I'm sorry, I think I can't do it anymore. And then I realized, I will be sitting next to these amazing speakers. This is not a good idea. So I throw my phone. These traumas that we get in our personal lives and the traumas that we witness in our job can paralyze us if we do not know how to control our emotions and the way we think. Now the question is, then what drives us to continue? Where are we getting the courage to keep going? What makes us physically strong, yet emotionally tough? Today, I will be sharing with you 3 things that may keep you aligned and well-oriented just in case you encounter your own version of what I call bigger than fire. So my title is Bigger Than Fire. Because nobody is exempted. Regardless of who you are and your part in the community, you can experience things like this. So are you ready? Number one, I want you to start a regular exercise. You mean you came all the way from Nueva Ecija just to tell us to exercise? To do that one thing that I hate the most? Yes, exactly. And that's how important exercise is. Well, exercise need not to be intensive or exhausting. It needs to be consistent. A study by Dr. Andrea Dunn found that patients who did the equivalent of 35 minutes walking 6 days per week experienced a reduction in their level of depression by 47%. That's quite big. This study conducted at the Cooper Research in Dallas, Texas, shows that as little as 3 hours of regular exercise a week reduces the level of depression from mild to moderate depression as effectively as Prozac and other antidepressants. It produces risk-free benefits for people with depression. Meaning, you can meet a friend for a walk, or you can do some gardening, or go clean the dishes, and you hate that. But as a firefighter, it's just a common thing that we do in our daily basis. We need to exercise every day. We need to maintain physical fitness, so when there's a call of duty, we are physically strong. We need to maintain physical fitness, and it improves our comprehension and the way we think, the way we decide, our decision making, most especially when we are working under pressure. But I want to warn you that exercise is not a fun thing to do. It will demand your time, your effort, and your consistency. It's not a fun thing to do until it pays off. Point number 2, I want you to take a break on social media. No way. No, come on. How about the trending TikTok dance I just practiced? Forget it. You don't know how to dance. And in fact, DJ Lunyo is in the building. Nakakahiyang sumayaw. We are already living in a generation where social media is a convenience. Yes? It became an avenue, a place where we can express our thoughts, our feelings, emotions, pretend talents. In fact, even the news updates that we could only watch on televisions, listen to the radio, and read on newspapers before are just one click away. According to Lifestyle Asia, surprisingly, the Philippines is the leader when it comes to time spent online, with 10 hours and 23 minutes spent per day on the internet via any device. Congratulations, Philippines. Could you imagine an average person spending almost half of his day on social media? Do you think it's still productive? Giving yourself a break on social media does not mean you should stop using it. I'm not saying that you should stop using it. It means giving yourself a chance, a time to refresh, think of your own ideas, and internalize things without its influence. Because people love to share things, thoughts, emotions, everything. But be very careful of what you read, you hear, and you watch online. Just because it's harmless does not mean it's beneficial. Giving yourself a break on social media helps you think of your own and new and better ideas without the influence of other people. It will help you create an original version of whatever it is that you are trying to make. So don't rest on social media. Rest from it. My last point would be, renew your mind. I want you to renew your mind. Do you know that our feelings and our emotions are actually driven by the so-called limbic system of the human brain? You know that? Yes, you heard it right. The human brain is the one responsible for all our feelings and emotions. Then, what are you trying to say? you have the full control of your mind. Regardless of what you're experiencing right now, it does not matter what you're feeling at the moment. You can navigate it 100% because you are in control of it. Renewing your mind means changing the way you think and changing the way you see things. But emotions are valid, right? We laugh, we cry, we're sad, we get angry, yes? All of our emotions are valid. But how we behave changes the story. You know, all of the bad accounts that people throw at us, mabagal kumilos, walang tubig yung truck, darating lang kung ubos na yung bahay, and all of the lies that we hear all the time, it's on them. How we respond to it, it's on us. Our response is a crucial decision to make, most especially when we are in the extremity of an emotion. Renewing your mind means practicing godly values and ethical attitudes. But it's not something that can happen overnight. You need to make it a lifestyle. Renewing your mind means changing the way you think and changing the way you see things. If you do, then you'll start to think differently, act differently, and behave differently. So start a regular exercise, take a break on social media, and renew your mind. Because life may hit you anytime, any moment, even right now. It's like a surprise knocking on your door that may change your life forever. It will either lift you up or knock you down. I call it bigger than fire. You might view this bigger than fire moments of life as an opposition to progress, an obstacle to move forward. But as a Christian, I see it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and develop. I hope that when you encounter your own version of what I call bigger than fire, you realize that you're actually bigger than fire.